D'Souza. He has come from Andheri. His father Sumit D'Souza is the assistant parish priest at Holy Family Church, Chakala, and he is also very much into media. He is handling the media department. He is heading the media department, and you may have come across many videos which he comes up with, and he posts on various groups, Sunday homilies, and interviewing various priests, Jesuit priests, youth, etc. So he is very much into media, and so we are very happy when we approached Father Sumit whether he will be coming to Vasai on this day on holy holiday, and he agreed to come, and he is here with us. Can we welcome Father Sumit with a clap? Thank you, Father, for coming and being with us.
Thank you, Raymond. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Are you already tired?
No.
Well, I've been here since 8:30, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Okay. So the topic for today, what is the topic for today? How many of you know? How many of you have seen the poster? Love, family and relationships in today's world. One of the advantages of working with youth is that you get to learn a lot of new things. Things which we haven't heard of, things we are not aware of. Okay, so I have a small quiz for you all to start with, and let me see how many of you all know the language of the youth today. How many of you have heard the word ghosting? Ghosting, not ghost. Ghosting. So if somebody is ghosting somebody, what does it mean? Show off. Okay. Ghosting. Okay, ghosting. Yes. Not ghosting. Not ghosting. Ghosting. G. Ghost. Booth asna na booth. Okay. Ghost. Ghosting. Not ghosting. Okay. So now let me look at the younger people. I'll come to you. Yeah. What is ghosting?
It's when one person ignores the other person.
Good. I have to go to the younger people.
Disappearing on someone.
Okay, good. Disappearing on someone, or when someone ignores somebody else, let's move behind. We can. Okay? So when young people say, your son or daughter or grandchildren or somebody says, Mama, Dada, that person is ghosting me, means he is ignoring me, he or she is not responding to me, has disappeared, has become like a ghost. Okay, gayab zalado. He's not there. Okay, ghosting. Okay, so this is like a GK class fair. Okay, second term. Breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbs, you know, breadcrumbs. So when somebody in a relationship says, that person is breadcrumbing me or something like that. Breadcrumbing. Now think and answer. In a relationship, what is breadcrumbing? Insulting how? Demeaning, useless how? Okay, not useless. Okay, somewhere. You are going by the literal meaning. I'll ask the youth a little later. Let's. Breadcrumbing, that person is breadcrumbing me, or I'm experiencing breadcrumbing in a relationship. Yes.
Very chipku type.
Being very chipku type. Breadcrumb stick or when you're frying before. No. She is about to fry cutlets. She is mixed with the breadcrumbs. Okay, let's come.
Less importance.
Okay, less importance. And
it's really a situation where you don't know what to do. You're in a fix.
no, not really. To put down. Okay, well, what she said. Yeah.
It's when one person talks to many people and gives like little attention to everyone. It's like giving crumbs, and one person is getting attention like in duration of time. Like okay now.
Okay, so there are two things which are mixing up. Breadcrumbing is Huh? Means I'll give you little of my love and then I will stay away. After some time again I'll suddenly pop up and give you a little bit more of my love. I'll start talking to you. I'll ask you, chalo, let's go out for coffee. Then I'll disappear. Okay? I'm giving breadcrumbs. What is all this? These are modern love terms. Or this is what modern love relationships are like. So once we begin to understand what is happening today, then we'll go back as to what should be happening. Okay, so though these are more modern terms and lingo of the youth, I feel it's important you all know about it, because unless and until you all know what is happening in their life, you can't help them. Okay, the same thing happens with me in confessions and all. I hear all these words and I'm like, what? I can't understand the sin. Okay, so then I have to go back and figure out what is that word, and then I understand, oh, okay, this was the sin. Okay, so third one. So far you all are not getting any answers right. Okay, 2 out of 0. Only the youth are getting the answers. Okay, third one. Orbiting. Orbiting. O-R-B-I-T-I-N-G. Orbit. Going around, yeah. So what is orbiting in a relationship? Think. I'll roam around this side. Just see. Try it. Orbiting in a relationship.
Having an option with someone else.
No, that is later on. Orbiting.
Rotating.
Like what? Person is rotating.
Stop communicating.
Okay, kind of partial. Okay, orbiting means a person is following somebody on social media and other things. Okay, so if somebody puts a post, that person is liking or is following or subscribing, but not talking directly, just hovering around that person, so that person feels but does not feel. You always think that happening in the world, don't worry. Then okay, let's come to something simpler. 3 terms which kind of remain the same. Cushioning, cushion, cushion. Cushioning, branching and benching. Branch, trees branch, branching, and a bench, bench or cushion. So when somebody says in a relationship, there is branching, I am experiencing branching, or a person is branching, or there is benching or cushioning, what does it mean? Pampering. Okay, when you get the answer, you might
Feel comfortable.
Okay, feel comfortable. How? Okay, okay, that way you're saying. Feel comfortable, like I'm sitting on a cushion, so I'm comfortable. I'm feeling pampered. Okay.
It's when 2 people are in a relationship, like one person is dating someone, but he's also kept an option, like side, like if something happens, so he's benched someone that he can later date. So he can talk to them
So
sometimes.
simple term, option is there. So I am with you, but I have my safety cushion. I have somebody on the substitute line also. So if something goes wrong with you, you are there. And if something goes wrong with you, you are also there. So we are branching. There is benching. There are a lot of people on the bench. Making sense? Okay. So now how many of you can remember all these 3-4 terms which I have said? New English words. What is the first one from G? Ghosting. Okay. Then breadcrumbing. O? Orbiting. Then this cushioning, benching. Okay. How do you feel now? Listening to all these things, and this is what modern love relationships are like, honestly. Okay, it's not, I'm not making it up. Okay, how do you feel? Just pause for a minute. Just close your eyes. And imagine, this is what is happening with your children who are in school, who are in college, who are just working. Either that person is experiencing this or that person is doing it. And those are youth, reflect about your life. How are you looking at the relationships? When you look at all these modern terms, what is love then? How do you feel? How do you feel? Who would anyone like to answer? So now you know all these kind of modern things. How do you feel if you felt that your child is going through something like this? Would anybody would like to share? How does it feel? How many of you feel happy? Are you getting what I'm saying? Okay, all of you more or less have some younger person in your family, right? So this is the reality of life and relationships today. And therefore, when I'm looking at this topic, so now let's start from this. Where are we today? Where is love? What is love? Love is something which all of us desire, want, need, we look for. From the newborn infant to the person who is 90 years old. Everyone needs love. You're human, you require love. Second part, which we'll be looking a little later, family. We all are born into families. Whether you like it or not. You might like your family, you might not like your family, but you cannot choose your family. And relationships is something which connects both of these two things. And therefore, when we look at today's topic for life, I want you to really try to experience and understand what is happening in your life. Don't take this as another talk. Lenten mission is there, Father is come, once a year we have to go, complete the formality, so I am here. Don't take it that way. But try to understand and see how it can change your personal life. You are here from 9 to 3 or 4, and after 4 o'clock when you go back, and if you are the same, okay, if there is not an iota of change, okay, then this is a waste of time. So therefore, as you're listening, ask yourself this question: what am I feeling? What is happening to me in my life? A few years ago, quite a few years ago, when I was in the novitiate, I think pre-novitiate or novitiate, we were sent for various experiences. Jesuits, we are sent. So I was sent to a hospital in Shevgaon. Shevgaon is near Pune, somewhere around there. So 2-3 of us brothers were going there, and we used to go and help out in the hospital. So it was a maternity hospital, so you get to see the deliveries, and there was a normal hospital also, so all kinds of, there were burn victims and gangrene, amputations, all these kind of, like a normal hospital. So we are there, we help the nurses and everything. So there was one ward which was called as the D ward, D, A, B, C, D, a D ward. So this used to have all the serious cases, all the difficult cases, dangerous cases were in that ward. So we all used to avoid that. Who's going to go there and see all that? So we were happy with the other children's ward and this ward and that. It's simpler work, not much to do, so it's easy. But once it happened that I got an appointment over there, the sister said, brother, you have to be in this ward today. I said, okay. So I went and I was there, and there was one young man. He was like sleeping on the bed and was speaking Marathi there. So he looked at me and he assumed I'm a doctor. So that generally no other people would walk into a ward like this. So he assumed I'm a doctor, and he started talking to me. Something, I was just yes, hello, hi, okay, and everything. Then his mother came in. She brought some medicines and everything, and then the nurse came in. And then they opened it was covered with the bed sheet. No? They uncovered, and then she started applying. And then I saw these really horrible bed sores kind, on the back and the leg and everything. So it was very disgusting kind of a sight to see, really bad bed sores. And then after they treated and all that, I asked the nurse, what happened to this fellow? Young guy, what happened to him? So then she said, in the villages and all, he was climbing the tree, he slipped, he fell down, and he's got paralysis from below the waist, and he's on the bed. And then I asked, now mother is there, so was he married or what was happening in his life? And she says he was newly married. Wait. No more. Newly married. And then the wife came to know about this, that he has fallen down and he's got paralysis. And what do you think the wife will do? That's interesting part. She left and she went. She went to her house, never came back. The mother is now looking after this boy. And they are struggling to make ends meet. Modern love relationships. Not only cities, even in villages. Another story. Same hospital. There was a nurses' party, they have all samosa and chai and all that during their break time, and we were very friendly with all of them. So we joined one of their staff parties. So they were going on and chit-chatting. There was one nurse or young nurse, and she was very bubbly, all the she'd go on talking and laughing and the life of the party, as you would say, So she was like that. Her name was Radhika. So Radhika was like the life of that hospital. Wherever she is, you would hear sound, noise, ha ha ha, and all that. Everybody knows that she is there. So we were all enjoying there. And then one man walked in, with coffee, like a peon, with some coffee and biscuits and all that. He walked in, and then he kept and he went. So the other nurses and all, they said, that's her husband. And for me, it was a little bit, I felt why are they joking? Because she was very pretty. And this fellow is can't walk properly and not good looking and like that. Don't make fun like that, or whatever saying. And then they're like, no, really, he's her husband. Okay, it's strange. Then I asked her later on, they were making fun of you, right? He's not your husband. No, brother, they used to call him. No, brother, no, he's my husband. So I'm like, okay, so what happened? And then that smile went off. The laugh, that smile. Then the tears began to roll. And then she said, it was a love marriage. So she was 16, I think, that time she said. Yeah. Though in the villages all that is okay. 16, 17, you get married. So she got married. And all was good guy, everything. So the first child came about soon. And very soon after the first child was born, this guy, I think he was a driver or something. He met with an accident. And he got kind of a stroke or a paralytic thing. He also was in the hospital for some time. And then she was pregnant with the second child when the husband met with the accident. Now for her again, this was a difficult situation because she was not well educated. She didn't have a job at that time. She was just looking after the young kid, and then just the pregnancy, the one who was in the womb. Okay, so 2 children to look after. Husband is now on the bed, he's not earning anything. And there is no money in the house because only he was earning. And then she said, it was at that time, my mother encouraged me to study. And she said, and I remember this, she said, brother, I got married to him. Not to leave him, but to stay with him. I got married to him, not to leave him, but to stay with him. So she took the advice of her mother, started doing her nursing, A&M nursing, that they have the first nursing. She did that. She started working. Mother used to look after the kids. So morning she used to come, do the housework, go work in the hospital, come back night, morning go work, plus then there's not enough money, work in the houses, do all the bartan ka kaam and all the house cleaning and all, plus study, plus do your internship, look after the children. So this was going on and on, and the husband then began to recover. His health began to improve, and from an almost a bedridden situation, he was able to walk. And now they have come up so much that they have put a small canteen in the hospital. So they were selling some chai and samosa, and also he sits there and he does that. So they're getting some income from there, and she is working. So you have two stories, both love. What's the difference? These are real stories, I'm not making it up. Sacrifice, commitment, that is love. So what you look at in the movies and magazines and whatever you will see, they show a very romantic picture, a very rosy picture of love. Boy falls in love with girl, girl falls in love with boy. They fight against the whole world and they will go and live, and they live happily ever after. There is no happily ever after. All of you all know that. Right? So then what is love? Now just ask yourself, okay, say 30 seconds. If you have to define love, how would you define love in a sentence? Whatever your answer. Just think. 30 seconds, how will you define love? Okay, 30 seconds or 15 seconds over. Okay, anyone, one or two people, just give your definition of love. Accepting the situation. Okay, good. When I do youth masses and I ask such questions, it becomes difficult for me to answer, because then they will say, Father, what if he's beating me and this is happening and I'll just accept the situation? That is not love. So I will give them your number. So you contact Teresa. Love is accepting the situation. Love is sacrifice. Okay, I said two answers. Now let's get to the Bible. We have looked at the world, the situation today. Now let's look, what does the Bible tell us about love? There is a sentence in John 15:13. No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Well, I've heard this. There is no greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends. Now let's look at this word love. In which language was this written? The original Bible is written in which language? New Testament. Greek. Correct? Hebrew is Old Testament. Hebrew is Old Testament. At least some books are in Greek. But let's look at New Testament is written in Greek. In Greek, the word love has different synonyms or different ways of saying love. Let's say in Marathi or in Konkani, what are the different ways of saying love, the word love? Mog, Then Prem, Preeti, what else? Different synonyms for love in Marathi, Konkani. Vishwas. Vishwas is faith, hope, love. So generally there are different words for love. Prem, Preeti, I think Vatsalya also can be one way of saying it. Okay. But in English there is a problem. There is one word. He loves me, he does not love me. There is no synonym for love. And so when they were translating from the Greek, they put love. So when we read it as love. But in the Greek language, there were 4 different meanings of love. And when you will understand this verse is different. The whole Bible changes once you begin to understand what the original language meant. So what are the 4 kinds of love in Greek? The first one is storge. Okay, storge. So instead of love, they would say storge. Storge is between parent and child. The love between a parent and child is storge love. Is the love between husband and wife the same as between parent and child? No. See, now we know. But it's love. It's a different kind of love. So between a husband and wife, so the sexual love, that is eros. So you have storge, eros. Between a husband and wife, sexual love is eros. Is the love between friends the same then? There is love. Friends saying I love you. Friends, like friendships. Right? What is that love? So when they were saying something about friendship and all, they would use the word philia. Philia is friendship love. So which of these words do you think is written in Greek when this verse or most of the verses are written? No one has greater love than this to lay down one's life for one's friends. No one has greater storge, no one has greater eros, no one has greater philia. What do you think it is? None of the above. How many of you feel it is the first one? Storge. No, over here. No one has greater love than this. What kind of love? Now you know, there are different kinds of love. How many of you would say it is like parent-child, family love, storge? Okay. How many of you would feel the word there would be eros, like romantic sexual love? No one has greater love than this. Nobody does. How many of you would say like friendship love, philia? There is no greater love than friendship love. Like best friends would lay down their lives for each other. So philia is written there. How many of you feel that? So what is the answer? None of you are reading the answer. Agape love, right? So there is a 4th kind of love that is called as agape love. What is agape love? Unconditional love. What does unconditional love mean? Sounds very nice. There is no condition, there is no limit. So, whatever I do, you will keep loving me. Think now, think. All this while we have heard all this so nicely. God's love for me is unconditional. God loves me. The problem with us is we make people think. Think and answer. What is unconditional love? Whatever I'll do, chalega. Think. Agape love. It's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's right. But why? So agape love, in simpler terms, is to make a decision to love. Agape love is a choice. It's a decision you are making to love unconditionally. Think about it. So love is not a feeling. Agape love is not an emotion. Agape love is a decision. It's a choice. So now think, who are the people you love? Think of 3 names. Who are the people in your life that you love?
First, Jesus, love.
Okay, very good. Then Mother Mary. Then Joseph. Then Holy Spirit. Okay. Who are the people you love? Okay, parents, child, spouse. Okay. So what happens when they do something wrong? You have to accept. Have to accept. Or you choose to accept. So like that boy in the hospital, the wife had a choice. She exercised her choice. Paralysis left. She chose. Correct now? Same way, you have a choice. Radhika had a choice. She chose. She stayed. So when these people you love do something wrong, it is your choice to love them. It is a choice to forgive. Quite often, if you are truly honest with yourself, you will realize we don't choose to love. We don't choose to love. We keep the anger. We keep the hatred. We keep the animosity that we have towards people, and it is towards the people you love. Forget about enemies and all, is a far off thing. In your family itself, starts from the family. Agape love is not easily practiced. So, let me give you an example. Agape love means, after this you will have lunch now. Suppose they have ordered less food, okay, and you two happen to be on the last row, people in the line. She knows you are there behind, but she is also hungry. But she will take all the food and she will. When you will come, and then you realize rice is over. Okay. I hope you have ordered enough food. Otherwise they will think we have planned this. Then 4 o'clock tea will be there. Now you are in front, she is behind. Okay, get the scenario. And same thing is happening. Now tea is getting over. Only 1 cup is left. Now when she will reach there, what will happen? Now I will show you. You took my lunch away, I am going to take your tea away. Correct or no? Honestly, this is what we do. Life, that is life. And and we'll take it and then we'll go and then we'll say, oh, she deserves it. She deserves it. Let her learn a lesson. Let him learn a lesson. We spend our life teaching people lessons. We don't live our life. So this happens in the family, between parent, child, husband, wife, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law. Okay? They have to learn a lesson. So I will teach you a lesson. People in the building, societies, neighbors, offices, train, bus, wherever. We spend our life teaching people lessons. What is agape love? Coming back to agape love. In this case, agape love will be that now she realizes there is 1 cup of tea left. So agape love will be, I will say, okay, one is sharing, I'll take a little and I'll keep, or I'll say, I don't feel like having tea, you have. Simple situation. That is agape love. When you are choosing to love somebody you don't like. You choose to love somebody who is bad to you, or who has hurt you, who has harmed you. And now apply this to some bigger situation. Look at the people who have hurt you in your life. Who are the people you are angry with? Who are the people you are upset with? When they need help, will you help? Or will you say, now let me teach you a lesson. Now you want help, no? 15 years ago what you did, now I will show her. Wait, let her come, let her come. So now apply this to our life and God. When we say God's love for us is agape love, means what? God is choosing to love us unconditionally. So in spite of whatever sins we have done, God is forgiving and He is loving us back. So imagine how sinful we are in our life, and God is forgiving that sin every single time. And that same expectation is from us in our lives. Love one another as I have loved you is this. So Jesus' love for us is the highest form of love. Okay, in His entire life, to go and die on the cross. For whom? For not good people. To die on the cross for sinners. Did He have to? What do you feel? Did Jesus make a choice or He was compelled? Choice. Will you do that choice? If you have to give up your life for your neighbor, that is the reality of our life. So love isn't a feeling, it's a commitment or decision. Let's say we come to the end of this first half. I want you to now just close your eyes. Think of two people that are closest to you. Who are the two people who are closest to you? And ask yourself if your love towards them is an agape kind of love. Are you loving them out of choice, fully accepting them as they are? Or you are keeping a little bit behind and giving only as much as required as a formality because he or she is my mother, he or she is my wife or my husband, my child. I can't leave them, so I am tolerating them. Spend some time with this question. Ask yourself, are you having an agape love for anybody in your life? Till the music ministry sets up, if you all have any questions about what I have spoken, okay, you all are free to ask. Any doubts, any questions, if you all want to share something or some experience of yours about what I have said, you all can just raise your hands and we can till they prepare for the hymns. Does anybody have to ask or clarify or to say that, Father, whatever you are saying is all nonsense? That is also okay. I will still choose to love you. I will choose to give you communion when you come. I will not take it away from you. So choice. Okay, anything that I want to say, agree, disagree, question, an experience. Either you all have understood everything or nothing else understood. Understood something. Little. Illa samdara saklan. Masha.
Father, just now you said 4 words: boasting, breadcrumbs, and orbiting. That bench and branches. But this boasting, please explain once again. For boasting, what you said first, that please explain again how to prevent children.
Ghosting is you disappear. So suppose I come and meet you now. Okay, I will give you my number and everything and we'll start talking. So, like suppose I'm in college, I'm not a priest, I like a girl. Okay, in that context. So I'll go and talk to her first. I will say, okay, talk a little bit, give me your number, she'll take my number. And then we'll start talking on WhatsApp. Then we'll follow each other on Instagram and then Snapchat. Okay, 1 week all this will happen. The girl will begin to feel, hey, this guy likes me. I'm a good guy that way. So she liked me and said, he's a good fellow, no? I like him. So 1 week I'm constantly talking to her and meeting her in college, hi, hello, everything. Once the week is over, I disappear. You message me, I will not reply. You call me, I will not answer. You will come walk towards me, I will just disappear from there. I will not look at you. Then you're like, what happened? And there is no explanation. I will not tell you why I am not talking to you. You will ask me, no? What happened? Why you are not talking to me? Did I say something? Did something happen? No, nothing. No response. Person just disappears. So for me, from my perspective, now I am ghosting you because after 1 week I am not interested in you anymore. I have found food somewhere else, I'm going there. So you don't matter to me.